As the fans celebrate the arrival of the players, we're ready for game number 3 of the WWCHL tournament between the Grand Canyon Antelopes and the Arizona State Sun Devils. PA will lead us off here with the starting lineups, and we'll get to the rest of the broadcast here in just a minute.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the University of Colorado for the third game of the WWCHL playoffs with the Arizona State Sun Devils versus the GCU Antelopes. Starting off with your starting lineup for the GCU Antelopes, on left defense, number 2, Sydney Bacher. On right defense, number 27, Grace Green. On left wing, number 13, Elaine Richardson. At center, number 25, Reese Goodrich. At right wing, number 14, Bella Larrabee. And in goal for the GCU Antelopes, number 41, Hannah Schmuck. Now for your starting lineup for the ASU Sun Devils. At left defense, number 16, Flo Orr. At right defense, number 15, Carly Chapman. At left wing, number 13, Logan Sotera. At center, number 14, Sam Murphy. At right wing, number 12, Sydney Paulson. And in goal for the Sun Devils, number 32, Karen Hellman. Please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
And as we get things started here at the C-Rex, we're going to hand it off to one of my partners in crime here, Aiden Glockner, to take you through the starting goaltenders for this matchup.
Yes, for this matchup, we have Carson Hellman in net for the Arizona State Sun Devils. With the win yesterday, she goes to 8-2-2, and her stats get even better. 1.65 goals allowed on average, and a .925 save percentage with 4 shutouts on the season, including the one last night. Hannah Schneidmiller in net on the other side for GCU, 6-8-1 with her win last night. 3.58 goals allowed on average for a slightly worse 8.87 save percentage. She herself has 2 shutouts.
And so this is a pretty special broadcast here for Scope Up Sports. We got a 4-person booth today, joined not only by Jared Miller and Aiden Glockner, but my good friend and the EP here at Scope Up Sports, Aiden Young-Sagutis.
Hello, Alex. It's good to be here. I'm excited to join you all for this hockey broadcast. Yesterday, there were a couple of exciting games. I know that ASU really steamrolled through CSU, but GCU is not going to be the pushover that they were. We are off.
No, they will not be. GCU, huge win yesterday against Utah, 6-4. As we start things off here with an interception from a Clacombe as Arizona State tries to exit their own zone. Arizona State having a pretty easy road to victory against Colorado State. Here's a shot on wide of the net. First shot attempt of the game. Pretty routine.
A lot of energy already on display out on the ice.
So that'll be a first stoppage of play, just a little over 30 seconds into the game. And how about we take a look at some of the keys to the game here for the Sun Devils. Let's start off here for those Sun Devils. they really need to be careful, as their road to victory yesterday was pretty simple against Colorado State, who only were able to put up very minimal shots. So Arizona State needs to show up smart, and they need to bid off the momentum that they built off of that victory against Colorado State.
It's hard to day 2 of play and tournament to keep up that momentum.
So this one dumped behind the net. McKenna had that centering pass intercepted by Summer. So the top players for both these teams really showed out yesterday. Oh, and there's a big hit close to the net. And so McKenna again now fans on a shot, and we have a whistle as an Arizona State player still remains down on the ice after that collision to the left of Schneidmiller.
Wow, they are still down on the ice. That must have been a big hit.
And while they take care, it looks like she is heading to the bench. A little shaken up after that hit.
Very early on in the game. Hopefully that's not going to let, ASU isn't going to let that get to them.
So, as we move on from that, let's take a look at what GCU needs to do to get a victory here today. Special teams key once again. They were spectacular on special teams, and it was responsible for their 3 third-period goals yesterday that helped propel them ahead past Utah. 3 of 4 overall on the power plays. That empty net goal at the very end of the game was also a power play goal. So really key on special teams. And they need to bend, don't break, need to get support for Schneidmiller, who has not necessarily come in and played a great game yesterday, but I think it's also very keen for the Antelopes to support Schneidmiller on the defensive end.
Not only did she play a great game yesterday, she was able to backstop her team to that 4-goal comeback that they had last night against Utah.
So for the offensive zone draw for the Sun Devils, GCU takes control. Pass ahead for Micah Summer. Summer stumbles.
Charging down the ice, loses it a little bit.
There's a loose puck. Picked up now by the Sun Devils, so they take control. GCU's able to keep it in the zone, as it looks like still getting used to the ice here. There's a couple falls here early on, but that should mean that we don't really see that late in the game.
I'm actually a little bit curious to see how the ice fares today, because I know that yesterday, the GCU game in particular, they were struggling a little bit out here.
And so Arizona State trying to set up an offensive attack is that really misses 2 players, and they'll go all the way down. And so Ariana Harden now picks it up for the Antelopes. Pass ahead, and it's out of the zone. Rolling around the boards in the Arizona State zone, it's Pladson behind the net. So now it's Odd. Gets the pass ahead, and Arizona State exits their own defensive zone. And now potential offensive opportunity. Good poke check from Morgan Butler. Pladson to meet the puck around the boards and send it back the other way. Klassen going to be able to pick up the puck and lob it ahead for Sorensen, who just dumps it down.
We're only 4 minutes into the game, and there's already a lot of energy being shown on the ice, going up and down between defensive zones.
Arizona State goes offsides, and we'll have a face-off on the Grand Canyon side of center ice.
So far, it looks like both teams are doing a really good job of not really giving any clear goals or any real scoring opportunities. Just a lot of back and forth.
100%. Neither team has a shot on goal yet in this game. We're on like 3.5 minutes in, and no shot has made it on the goaltender. And just like you said, Aiden, it's just been a very back and forth thus far. No real offensive opportunity type of game.
And so the puck's stuck at the blue line, and now Grand Canyon's got it. ASU keeps their pressure on and gets it back down in their offensive zone. Richardson swarmed around, and now Arizona State has it. Radcliffe from the point, waits, now shoots, it's blocked by Gingrich. So Radcliffe gives to McKenna. McKenna had 3 points in their victory over Colorado State. McKenna got a goal and had 2 assists their leading scorer in the game. Centering pass intercepted by Grand Canyon, and they're going to exit the zone. It's Gingrich across the red line and has a shot on, and a save is made by Hellman, who is in for a much busier day than they had yesterday against Colorado State.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to see how their goalie fares today, because CSU really didn't have that many scoring chances or goals on them, so they're going to be working today.
That one just went wide. And so Cote, Grand Canyon's leading scorer, tried to pass it back to Toombs, but it missed her stick. Schneidmiller to give the pass out to Ely. Now Arteaga across the blue line and gets taken down. Lackey lost her stick. Grand Canyon still maintaining control as the puck is dumped around the red line. Kept in the neutral zone by Ely. And Grand Canyon, nice defensive play to prevent offensive possession time for Arizona State.
GCU is really showing a strong defense in general.
So Sorensen to try and chase down the puck. Can't beat out Sammy Lutch, who had the game's and the tournament's first goal in that game against Colorado State. And so Arizona State still trying to get some offensive zone time, which they were glad to have as much as they did against Colorado State, and they were able to take opportunities when they had them. So now there's Bridell to try and pass it ahead to Smith, but it missed her stick. Lutch from behind her own net. Hands it off to Aud, who makes a nice move around Lacombe. Bridell across the red line and into the offensive zone. Couldn't maneuver around Hardin. And so Aud trying to keep it in, but cannot. Lacombe on a one-on-one. Now a shot. Save made by, and another shot goes wide. Hellman makes a great save there, and the second shot just misses the net.
There's a really great crowd here, too. I just want to point out they came a long way, and they're really helping support their respective teams.
Two Arizona teams in this WWCHL conference. The other four teams come from either Utah or Colorado. Half the teams in this conference are from Colorado. Two of them did not make this tournament. So these two teams really showing that Arizona hockey is really successful, and that's
really
going
a
to be
force to be
offside.
reckoned with.
And so we approach 7 minutes into this game and really looking really even so far around, though Grand Canyon really the only ones who have gotten really any sort of scoring chances so far in this game. So Cote in the dot for Grand Canyon and can't win that faceoff. Kozak for the Sun Devils across the line. That pass misses Radcliffe as she chases it down behind the net. Grand Canyon with possession. That pass cleanly picked off by Walker. And some neutralized play, seeing if Arizona State can try and get some offensive zone time and maybe even their first shot of the game. Not going to work out here. And so Radcliffe can't maintain control for Arizona State, and Hellman will just cover up.
Yeah, as we said, neither team has really had any really scoring opportunities here, but some very tight and efficient defense out on the ice from both sides.
Yeah, totally agree. 7.5 minutes are gone in this first period. No score. We haven't really seen any grade A scoring opportunities. Bella Combs one-on-one, where she got two chances on Hellman, was probably the best chance either of these teams have had so far.
As now skirmishing in the ice.
So Bridell picks it up for the Sun Devils. Exits the zone, but Grand Canyon tries to get some offensive zone time. Sorensen was a little too late getting out of the zone. That's offsides. So a face-off on the Arizona State side of neutral ice. As the Arizona State bench trying to provide some encouragement with their stick taps along the bench. So they get control. It's Maine And Schneidmiller gloves that one for her first save of the game.
Easily picked up.
And so 8 minutes gone in period number 1. Arizona State with an offensive zone draw to try and draw up a great scoring chance. Face-off cleanly won by the Sun Devils. Pladsen. Now Arizona State continues to have control. The pass out to Aud is a little too far, and they have to exit the zone. Gingrich finds Boucher, gets it out of the zone. So Grand Canyon trying to set up an attack. Richardson has that pass a little too far for Boucher, and Arizona State could not take advantage of that, but now they will. Murphy sends it behind the Grand Canyon net. Now center in front, they score! So Schneidmiller accidentally hits it into her own net, and it looks like it's going to be Sydney Paulson to get credit for the goal as she tried a centering pass, and Schneidmiller hit it into her own net.
That's got to be a disheartening goal for GCU, but it is still very early on in the game. A lot of time to come back from that, and just kind of one of those things that just kind of slipped in.
And so it looks like Murphy was potentially streaking in the slot. Maybe they were trying to get a passing lane there, but we'll never know exactly what happens there because Schneidmiller hit it into her own net, and that's deflating if you're Grand Canyon here early in this game. As you've looked like the better team so far.
It's true. They're really working out there on the ice. Both teams really looking like they want it, though. I mean, a win for ASU would mean that they come back from their number 2 placement last year.
And well, you talk about the stakes. The winner of this game has a guaranteed spot in tomorrow's championship game since both these teams won their opening matchups. So the loser of this game, if it's Arizona State, they have a very good chance at still making it into the championship game. But for Grand Canyon, things are getting a little bit tougher. But if you're Grand Canyon, you want to win this game. You don't have to even think about the game that comes right after this, Utah and Colorado State.
That Colorado State game will be at 7 p.m.
Yes, you are right. And we will have that coverage for that game here on Scobuff Sports. Arteaga trying to get that lead pass to Summer. Puck's still loose. Summer trying to maintain control, and now eventually gets shaken off the puck.
That was a difficult 2-on-1 situation that they had to fight through on that one.
That one cleared out, and here is Chadwick for Arizona State to now wait to get on sides. Chadwick trying to find a passing lane, does, to Messenbrink. And Messenbrink shaking off the puck, but Bridell's over there to try and maintain possession for Arizona State as they fight for it in the corner. And now Grand Canyon takes possession. Toombs to try and get it past Lutchen out of the zone, but Lutch is able to get a piece of that puck. Still stuck in the corner, and Messenbrink moves in. Save made by Schneidmiller. So Bridell. It's the pass ahead, picked off, and Grand Canyon seems to clear this zone, and they do. Here's Jenna Sorensen to dump it down as reinforcements come on in as fresh skaters for Grand Canyon. And Arizona State going to try and conduct some line changes here as well. Lutch trying to clear it out, and they do. Here's Mason Walker, the team's leading scorer. Excuse me, that's not Walker. That's Satera behind the net.
That is a lost stick on the ice.
Satera trying to wrap around, and she bangs it home. It's a quick 2-0 lead for the Arizona State Sun Devils. And Logan Satera doubles the Sun Devil lead.
Wow. I mean, despite not getting a whole lot of really obvious shots, they're still finding a way to get in there. Already 2-0 and only 10 minutes into the first period.
And so Grand Canyon finds themselves in a 2-goal hole early in this one. They overcame a 2-goal deficit against Utah. They had 2 separate 2-goal deficits, so they're not out of it, but they need to get some more quality chances on Hellman.
Oh, certainly not out of it. Still plenty of time left in this game.
Gingrich just trying to throw it down behind the Arizona State net. Pladsen for Arizona State. There's the pass ahead. The Grand Canyon trying to work their way into the Arizona State defensive zone, but that's not going to work out right now, as they're going to have to defend again. McKenna shoots, and it's a blocker save by Schneidmiller.
Great save on the half of GCU right there.
So a little under 9 minutes left in period number 1. 2-0 Arizona State. And we're seeing a lot more even play. And despite Arizona not getting much time in the offensive zone, they've put home 2 grade A opportunities behind Schneidmiller. It's a fight for it. I think Cote's without her stick, and she was. Now picks it up and returns. That second goal scored by Logan Satera and assisted by Florence Aud. And so Arizona State gets a huge goal from Satera for number 2 on the day. And Satera did have a point yesterday. Aud did not. So it's not Aud, Satera's second point of the tournament. Messenbrink with a shot, and a save is made by Schneidmiller. Bridell trying to make a pass up to Messenbrink. And now Messenbrink takes down Toombs, and I think that's going to draw a penalty. So we'll have the game's first power play, and it looks like Grand Canyon will get to showcase their power play early in this one.
And it's an opportunity for them to bring this goal deficit back to 1. They've got a 2-minute power play. They showed last night after, we talked about their poor power play performance. They showed last night they were able to score on 2 of them. Perhaps they can do that here and get a quick goal in response to that second one.
So the power play underway for the Antelopes. Boucher from the top shoots, and it's blocked before it gets to Hellman. Boucher can't keep it in the zone. Grand Canyon will have to exit. Grand Canyon's power play improves to 12% with their 3 power play goals from yesterday, and it puts them all the way up to 22nd, moves up like 4 spots. Arizona State's penalty kill, on the other hand, still around the middle point of the top division in women's club hockey here in the ACHA.
GCU struggling to keep control of this puck by any means over on the ASU side.
And so Boucher and a referee, an official, falls down there. Back up. Here's a pickoff. Walker shoots. Big save by Schneidmiller on the blocker. That shot was really fast, and Schneidmiller was able to have the reflexes to stop that one. 1 minute left on the Grand Canyon power play. Arteaga across the blue line. Just throws it on Hellman, knocks it away. So Arteaga, now the reinforcements are here. Shoots again, and it's a chest save for Hellman. So much busier afternoon so far for Hellman so far. Grand Canyon's almost matched Colorado State in shots. The official website said that Colorado State had 11 shots. I don't know if I believe that.
Is that
There's
number
a
in dispute?
Aiden over here counted 5. They also said that Arizona State had over 70 shots in that first game yesterday, which also I don't know if I wholly believe. And if so, Sabrina Rittner for Colorado State had a almost 70 save performance and a 4-0 loss.
As it was still at least a 45 save performance, or excuse me, like 43 save, 42 save performance.
And so Gingrich gives to Klassen, who had that game-tying goal against Utah yesterday on the power play. Won't get the power play goal this time as the penalty time is up. Messenbrink comes out of the box. That pass picked off. Sorensen keeps it in the zone, but it's lost to Radcliffe. Arizona State exits and tries to get an opportunity themselves. Under 6 to go in period number 1. Arizona State has jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Bridell trying to get a centering pass for a teammate. No one was there. And so here's Pladsen across the blue line. Pladsen trips but keeps control. Hands it off. There's a shot and a save from Schneidmiller on main. Pladsen loses control, and Grand Canyon tries to take advantage of that, and will. tombs around the boards. And now Sorensen clears and dumps it all the way down. Niemi applying pressure. And Arizona State trying to work their way back up for another attack. Good pass ahead for Paulson, has the first goal of the game. That's a centering pass, and Cetera couldn't bury it. The two goal scorers really had an opportunity to get, for one of them to get their second of the game. Schneidler was on top of it there. Here's Paulson again, and Schneidler is able to knock that one away.
Into the boards.
There's a whistle, and it looks like another penalty is coming up.
I just want to say that even though ASU is up by 2 points, that is not a slight against Schneid-Miller. They are doing a wonderful job out there on that. It's truly exceptional work.
And that was a great play, honestly, by both teams there in the neutral zone. A quick tic-tac-toe passing play for GCU, which, you know, that's a great entry. Of course, they do turn the puck over on another nice quick takeaway and pass on the neutral zone up for that chance for ASU.
And so Grand Canyon's leading scorer, Annabelle Cote, goes to the box for 2 minutes. Arizona State has their first power play of the game and their second of the tournament. Arizona State's power play also around the middle of the pack on 13th. Here's a shot and a save from Schneidmiller. Grand Canyon's penalty kill was 2 for 2 yesterday against Utah. And so they're trying to improve their mark. Here's another shot, another save from Schneidmiller, and the rebound for Pladsen was knocked away, and it's cleared down by Grand Canyon. The GCU fans here wanting another penalty, but they're not going to get that. 4 minutes left in period number 1. About a minute 20 left on the Arizona State power play. Here's Amelia Smith. Overskates the puck, but keeps it in the offensive zone.
It's really been a back and forth game so far. It really hasn't been lingering in any one half of the ice for too long. Both teams really shown that they want this win.
1 minute left on the Arizona State player advantage. Paulson fresh on the ice. Goes around Boucher and behind the Grand Canyon net. Now here's Murphy. McKenna was waiting for a slap shot, but picks up the puck regardless. Radcliffe throws it on. It's stopped by Schneidmiller on the pad. Paulson tried to get that tip in. Now it's deflected away by Schneidmiller, and Grand Canyon will clear again with 30 seconds left. Radcliffe to take over from behind her own net as McComb watches on intently. Harden to pick it up for Grand Canyon with just 15 seconds left on the power play. Lobbed ahead for Gingrich. Gingrich can't move past the defender, and so Grand Canyon will have it in the offensive zone here as the penalty time's up. There's another whistle, and it looks like another penalty is coming up. And this one's also going against, no, it's going against Arizona State. Interference call is made, and so Grand Canyon, right after killing the penalty, will go on the power play themselves. Two minutes on the clock.
Third power play for this first period alone.
Flo Odd, the offender on that penalty, gets called for interference. And so right after a power play, Arizona State's going to have to defend.
GCU is really looking to take advantage of these last few minutes of this period, trying to come back from that 2-goal deficit.
They would love a goal here at the end of this first period, especially on the power play. Berkeley Radcliffe will clear the zone on a bouncing puck, and Schneidmiller will play it. Under 2 minutes to go in period 1, still 2-0 Sun Devils. It's sent around, and McKenna trying to pick it up. Overskates the puck, and now it's out into neutral ice. Paulson across the blue line. Loses control. And Grand Canyon trying to regroup with just a minute left on this power play. Cote trying to shake off McKenna and will, but McKenna going to continue to apply pressure. And now it's Craig to apply pressure. Arizona State not letting up here to try and get that offensive chance, maybe even a shorthanded goal to close out the period. The aggression really showing here on this penalty kill for Arizona State, as here goes Craig streaking in, trying to chase down Olsen. Harden goes off of a skate. Smith takes control, shoots, blocked by, I believe that was Boucher. 1 minute left in period number 1. Under 25 seconds on the Grand Canyon power play. Radcliffe has it blocked. And so Radcliffe again picks it up, goes around the side, moves in, and a shot is covered up by Schneidmiller. 8 seconds left on the Grand Canyon power play, and they'll have a defensive zone face-off.
And Arizona State is doing a really good job here of just doing what GCU should be doing and hemming them in their own zone, keeping the pressure on, passing the puck around, able to open up other players of their team. Doing all that while down a player on the ice and killing the last vestiges of this power play.
You got that right, Aiden. They're really putting the power on relentlessly in this last minute of the game. Really do not want GCU anywhere near their goal.
Face-off control by the Antelopes. There's not much time on the power play to really get a shot off. Penalty time's up. Odds out of the box. Cote trying to keep it into the Arizona State zone. Under 30 seconds left in period 1. Ely hits the pass ahead for Arteaga. Arteaga across the blue line, shoots wide of the net. Arteaga again trying to get Summer. That won't work. 10 seconds left in period 1. Can Grand Canyon get an opportunity? Arizona State will clear. Now here comes Walk. No, it's Satera. Satera with under 3 seconds will just have Schneidmiller cover it up, and we'll have a face-off in the last second.
The last 0.2 seconds of the first period. We'll see if anything can come of this face-off.
Highly doubt that you can win a face-off and get a shot past Schneidmiller in 0.2 seconds. They're going to pretty much, so it's just kind of a face-off that'll just signal the end of the first period. And that'll do it. They kind of both fall down trying to get control, and that'll do it for period number 1. Your current score, Arizona State 2, Grand Canyon 0. 2 goals from Sidney Paulson and Logan Satera have put Arizona State up 2-0. Takeaways from the first period, Aiden.
Takeaways are both of these teams have been coming out fast and furious just out of the gate. It really hasn't been lingering on one half of the ice for too long on either side. It's been a really back and forth game. Schneidmiller's been having a lot of great saves out there. I don't want the 2-0 deficit from GCU to reflect negatively on her, because she's doing a really wonderful job. A lot of really big, a lot of great saves. Just not a lot of opportunities on the ice for either team. Defenses are super tight. Very, very tight.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, they get some production from a really solid line of Paulson, Satera, and Murphy, the starting line for the Arizona State Sun Devils. And so, we're looking to see if Mason Walker can come through. Amelia Smith had a couple chances in that period. Some of the top scorers for this team have really come through, and Sidney Paulson has a goal for Arizona State. She is one of the top 3 scorers for Arizona State. And so, yeah.
I think going into this next period, just the biggest thing that GCU is going to have to do is just keep that pressure on. And I think ASU did a really great job, especially towards the end of that period, of just putting the pressure on even when they were a person down. So GCU is going to have to come back in this next period and just show ASU that the first period was a fluke and that they're still here. They're still kicking. They're still playing hockey.
And so let's take a look at the Arizona State top scores. Mason Walker leading the charge, had 2 points in that win against Colorado State. Sidney Paulson and Amelia Smith did not either have any points in that game, but Sidney Paulson already has a point. She has a goal in this game. And so top scores coming out and showing out for this team. For Grand Canyon, Annabelle Cote had a goal, the first goal of the game yesterday against Utah, and leads the team with 24 points. Rory Arteaga also had a big game, 3 points. 2 goals and an assist, had that empty netter as well. And then Micah Summer had a great game herself, had 3 assists in that game, was a really key playmaker in their comeback against Utah. So their top scores were a big reason why they were able to pull out that win against Utah.
Well, we've got the top scorer showing out for ASU, so we'll see if they can pull out on GCU's side, too.
And well, that's going to do it for us here from the CU Rec Center for period number 1. Your current score, Grand Canyon 0, Arizona State 2. We'll be back. You're watching Scobuff Sports.
And we're back, baby.
Yeah, we are. Welcome back to Scope of Sports. We are bringing you live action of the second period between Arizona State and Arizona, or excuse me, not Arizona State and Arizona State and Grand Canyon.
I mean, they're both from Arizona.
I mean, yeah, a brain fart there. Current score, Grand Canyon 0, Arizona State 2.
Wow. ASU is sending out a battle cry from their stands. Wow. The coordinated attack is on.
And so we're waiting for the ref to get the puck.
It already seems that they are not going to let that first period let them get complacent. They are letting everybody know that they are here and they're going to play some hockey. They're not going to let up. They're coming out
Gingrich and
relentless.
Murphy in the face-off circle to begin period 2. And so Richardson trying to make control for Grand Canyon as Gingrich gets hit.
GCU looking to turn around the game a little bit after that first period.
Look, loose puck, they jam it in, it's in, they score. So a quick goal, and Arizona State has a 3-0 lead. It looks like it's going to be Paulson who scores her second of the game.
Not the start that GCU wanted to see coming into the second period. The first goal only 20 seconds into this second period. They were efficient with that attack, ASU.
So Paulson gets the goal for Arizona State.
Paulson really cleaning it up out here.
Her second goal of the game. That line has been amazing. Satera, Paulson, and Murphy responsible for all 3 goals. And the puck just got loose right in between the pads of Schneidmiller, and Paulson was there to bang it through. And so now desperation is starting to set in for Grand Canyon as they've now found themselves into a 3-0 hole early in the second. Toombs bangs it in. And now here come the Sun Devils again. It's Craig. Lost it to Ely.
I was going to say, if GCU doesn't come out of that 1-on-4 matchup right there, something is off.
Arizona State takes possession. Smith passes over. Here is a shot, and Schneidmiller covers it up. Chadwick was looking for goal number 4. Schneidmiller makes the save there.
Really interesting to see. GCU had really tight defense that first period, and now it looks like it's kind of crumbling. ASU is getting a lot more opportunities this period than they did last time, and we're only a minute in.
Face-off control by Arizona State. It's Lutch across down for Lackey, and she can't maintain control. Klassen from behind her own net sends it ahead for Sorensen. Sorensen has Niemi with her. Sorensen shoots, and it's gloved by Hellman. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. These teams have met each other. They're very familiar with each other this season. They played 5 games. It's
5 games together against each other?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a face-off and another shot on. Nothing there. Yep.
Snatched out of the air by ASU.
Sent around. GCU can't maintain control and get it out of their zone. Arizona State keeps it in. Walker gets tripped. There's a shot, and Schneidmiller doesn't glove it, but there is a penalty coming up. And it looks like Arizona State is going to get a power play, and they will. So, as I mentioned, these teams very familiar with each other. They've played 5 times this season. Arizona State has taken 3 matchups. This is the only blemish on their WWCHL record. That loss to GCU and that tie there on the last day in both these teams' last regular season game. That's the only thing. That's the only blemish on Arizona State's record. They have won every other matchup in this series.
That's got to be a little bit disheartening for GCU out there, just knowing that they've already fallen to ASU 5 other times this season.
So yeah, Arizona State 3-1-1 against Grand Canyon. Their last matchup, the only tie in the WWCHL this season. There's a shot, goes just behind the net. So a minute 40 left on the power play. Odd sends it behind. Kozak chases it down. And now Pladsen has it. Poked free, and there goes Summer to chase it down and apply pressure on Radcliffe. Summer fighting for it in the boards. Arteaga also applying pressure, but some nice stick movement from Pladsen to get it away. Smith across the blue line. Gets it poked away, but Arizona State has numbers. Here's a shot. Saved by Schneidmiller, can't control it. And 1 minute left on the power play. Radcliffe couldn't maintain control and it exits the zone. Boucher trying to get the lead pass, but both Summer and Arteaga head to the bench for some fresh skaters for the Antelopes. Richardson now in there for Grand Canyon. So Radcliffe for the Sun Devils has that pass knocked down, but it still finds the way to Murphy. And there's offsides called. 27 seconds left on the power play for Arizona State. And so just a little bit less than 4 minutes, a little bit more than 3.5 gone in this second period, and Arizona State's already got a goal in this period. Off the draw, it's Walker. Moves in and gets it lost. There's a slap shot, and the net comes off.
GCU really starting to feel the pressure here of the game getting to them with still a 3-point deficit and an ever-widening one at that. They're really going to need to turn around this power play in this next few minutes.
17 seconds left on the Arizona State power play. Smith will go in the face-off circle against Sorensen. Or no, that is Sorensen. And Sorensen picks it up and just clears the zone. Arizona State trying to circle it back around with 10 seconds left. Kozak shoots, and that's gloved by Schneidmiller. 16 minutes remain in period number 2.
Picked off easily out of the air by GCU goalie.
Smith and Sorensen will face off once again, this time to the left of Schneidmiller. It's won by Arizona State. There's a shot that goes off the boards, and the penalty time is up. Grand Canyon kills the penalty. Taylor Klassen, the incoming 5th skater for Grand Canyon, and she is going to force a turnover. And here comes a 2-on-1, Niemi and Sorensen for Grand Canyon. Niemi shoots wide of the net. And so Arizona State now trying to reverse ice here. And Brydell has Kozak streaking in the middle, and it doesn't quite get to her. It's tipped on its way over.
It's a really good looking cross from ASU on that one. Just couldn't finish it off though.
It's only going to find its way all the way behind the net, and it's going to be iced. So we're going to go back to the Arizona State zone, and maybe this is a chance for Grand Canyon to try and get their first goal of the game.
That would be exciting. That's one that they definitely need at this point in the game.
It would come at a good time, too, due to they've just killed 2 Arizona power plays and have been able to survive both of them, not allowed very many high-danger chances, and obviously not allowed any goals.
More banging on the bench from the Arizona State players as they try to rally their troops for a 4th goal. Closing in on the 5-minute point of this second period. And Boucher is able to jar that loose. Puck still doesn't really find a recipient. Now it does. It's Brydell. Bell runs into a player now. Here's a shot. Blocked. That one from Maine. Dumped down and behind the boards and around the net. Arizona State trying to generate some more opportunities. Puck still lost in now Grand Canyon will take over. But there's a shot that goes wide. Arizona State still just maintaining their aggression.
Having a really great luck with the rebounds too. They get possession of the puck even after they shoot.
And that produces more shooting opportunities. Lutch on the long shot. It's blocked. There's another rebound opportunity. It's loose, and now it's behind the net. Schneidmiller is going to be able to recover as her defense picks up the puck. Arteaga will clear it all the way down, and that will be.
We are seeing all the players rushing to the complete opposite side of the ice. GCU trying to put it in the ASU goal.
Lifted along, and there's Toombs falls down. Grand Canyon not looking for a penalty, and Schneidmiller can't cover it up. Another stunning pass, another save, and some more tumbling along the ice. Another save from Schneidmiller.
Very hectic point right now.
There's a shot, and two players.
A glove on the ice.
And it looks like we're going to have a penalty. Wow.
Very exciting point.
There should have been multiple calls called there, but while there weren't, Arizona's flying around that zone. Any pass, any play they could make, they were getting open for that and taking shots at the net. Schneidmiller was running around under crease, and a bit of a break for the Antelopes defense here, honestly.
Once again, ASU is not letting up on the pressure, really making GCU put the wheels on.
So Arizona State already their third power play of the period. Slap shot broken up by Cote. Odd gets it back in the zone. Boucher couldn't quite clear it. Grand Canyon just trying to clear it out, and they will. Kozak across the blue line, behind the net. She goes. So here's Murphy with a shot. Schneidmiller gloves it, another shot, and Schneidmiller's able to glove that one.
We're seeing very different from the first period. We're seeing the puck migrating a lot more and staying in the GCU territory in their defensive zone, as opposed to the last period where it was really anyone's game. It was all over the ice. We're really staying in the GCU zone. ASU was continuing to put on that pressure.
Face-off control by the Sun Devils once again. They're trying to get that power play goal to make it 4-0. There's a shot from Craig, and it's another save for Schneidmiller. Pass across. Murphy's shot gets blocked. Doesn't get to Schneidmiller. Another shot from the point gets deflected, and it will be knocked away and out of the zone. Under a minute left on the Arizona State power play. Harden will just slap it out and clear the puck. 45 seconds played by Hellman and leaves it for Radcliffe.
GCU really just doing anything right now to get the puck out of their zone.
So here's Kozak. Sends it behind. Shot blocked by the stick of Lacombe, and Lacombe trying to work her way out of the zone and will, and dump it down. 20 seconds left. Walker trips, and now Richardson trying to get that centering pass, and she couldn't find Lacombe. 10 seconds on the player advantage for Arizona State. Misses Pladsen. Pladsen off the wall. Penalty time is up. Onto the ice comes Gingrich, and will stay out on the ice. And that's a hand pass. We will have a stoppage.
With so few opportunities on goal for GCU right now, they really need to take advantage of every drive that they have.
Some fans in the stands giving some words of encouragement to their players on the ice. Closing in on about 9 minutes through this second period. And it's still GCU off the scoreboard. They're still looking for their first goal of the game. Klassen in the dot for the Antelopes and can't win that faceoff.
Hustling back down the ice to get into their defensive stance. GCU is chasing the puck.
a turnover from Toombs, but doesn't work its way out all the way to a grade A scoring chance. And now Grand Canyon will clear anyways. That went into the bench, so they'll stop the play. And so a face-off looking to be in the Grand Canyon zone to the right of Schneidmiller. Little under 11 minutes left in period number 2. Still 3-0 in favor of the Sun Devils. Puck controlled by Arizona State, and there's no passing lane open. Kept in the zone by the Sun Devils.
A lot of back and forth going on right here, but GCU is just struggling to get it out.
Mestenbrink, I think she may have hit the post a little bit, but Schneidmiller's able to knock that one away. Arizona State keeps it in. There's a shot, doesn't get to Schneidmiller. And that's cleared out of the zone. And that's icing. So back to the Grand Canyon zone with about 10:21 left in the second. And so Arizona's just trying to get that fourth goal in. 21 seconds until the halfway point of this game. Paulson already has 2 goals in the game. Now starting to look for the hat trick. And now Sorensen with the puck, trying to clear it out. Arizona State just continuing to apply the pressure and continuing to stay aggressive. Klassen trying to get this, work their way away from the Arizona State players as they continue to apply pressure and just will not let Grand Canyon clear the zone.
Yeah, ASU doing a really good job of keeping it in that half of the court, of the ice right now.
9:30 left in period 2. 3-0 Arizona State. Lutch shoots that right to Klassen. And it's cleared out.
GCU recovers the puck.
Out of the zone as a couple players head to the bench. Some fresh skaters for Grand Canyon. Toombs gets
Going
into
around
the Arizona State zone, but is overwhelmed by Arizona State. Summer into the Arizona State zone. Fans on a shot and trips down on the ice. Pladsen for Arizona State as we are now under 9 minutes in this second period. McKenna will clear it down.
All players running down the ice to recover the puck in the GCU territory.
Pladsen off the boards, trying to kind of a little bit of self-pass there. Doesn't necessarily hit. And now it's Arteaga across the red line and gets shaken off, and there's a penalty coming up.
Difficult 3-on-1 right there.
That's going to be a hold against Arizona State. Arteaga draws the penalty, and Grand Canyon with their third power play opportunity. And they're really, really hoping that this one is going to be able to convert into a power play goal. They need one badly.
Absolutely, yeah. As we kind of come into the second half of this period, GCU is still looking up to make the 3-goal deficit that they're seeing right now. And a power play would be big for them.
Kyron Lackey with the hold on Arteaga. 2 minutes on the clock for Grand Canyon. Face-off controlled by the Antelopes after Klassen falls to the ice. Olsen had the game-winning goal against Utah on the power play. Klassen had a power play goal as well to tie the game. Boucher just throws it on net, and it's cleared away.
You could really see that GCU was trying to be patient and really take their time, take advantage of their time over in the ASU territory.
You can't get too patient. You got to make sure that you get the pucks on net, though.
Absolutely.
Already 30 seconds gone on this power play. Alyssa Olsen trying to track down the puck.
Stolen by ASU.
Yeah, Arizona State takes possession and will clear and conduct the line change. Boucher moves ahead for Arizona State. Harden with a little bit of space. Across the blue line. Now just shoots wide of the net.
GCU showing a good bit of control going down the ice during that drive.
Cote and to Richardson. That goes back to Cote. Across to Richardson. Dumps it around the corner. Olsen. Behind the net. It's jammed there with Pladsen. Neither player can make away with it, but now Grand Canyon takes control. Here's a shot. Blocker saved by Hellman and cleared away. Under 30 seconds left on the Grand Canyon power play. Gingrich gets it knocked loose, but now Gingrich and Craig fall down to the ice. Lacombe for Grand Canyon. Finds Summer. Stretch pass for Arteaga, just a little too far. Now Arteaga back down there, and there's a big call. That is a penalty all day.
Massive.
Clearly a penalty. I mean, you can see Lutz just extend the stick, and
the Sun Devils were not
Arteaga.
even
That
trying
is a
to.
penalty. So Grand Canyon will have a whopping 4 seconds of 5-on-3, but the more important part is they'll have at least 2 more minutes of power play time.
Very surprising moves from ASU on that one. That's how I'll comment on that.
All right. And so
GCU is really going to want to take advantage of this 3-on-5 right now.
hang on. Well, it looks like there's a bit of talk. The ref's now talking to the Grand Canyon sideline because now Micah Summer is in the box for Grand Canyon.
Ooh.
And so potentially 4-on-3 or just 4 more seconds of this power play.
Oh, wow. Power plays are just lighting up right now on the board.
And so now with 3 penalties at the same time, it looks like we're going to have 4 seconds of 4-on-3, and then we're going to have 4-on-4 for 1:56. And so the space will open up for these players as the penalty time is up. Lackey's out of the box. Right, even strength 4-on-4. Oh, try to get that stretch pass to Arteaga. Now here comes Murphy, losing control, but now picks up the puck again. Pladsen tried to send it along. Arizona State gets the shot on net. Murphy tries the wraparound and it doesn't get there, but now another chance and Schneidmiller makes a save on that shot. Pladsen keeps it in the zone. 1:30 left on the 4-on-4. Under 6 to go in the period. Players just falling to the ice left and right.
Seriously. Having a difficult time getting back up, too.
And that shot gets blocked. And a lot of the fans here looking for more penalties on both sides than they're getting. And it looks like the ref's just letting the girls play.
Both teams getting very aggressive during their power plays. They both really want this point.
Paulson has a shot gloved by Schneidmiller as she was looking for the hat trick. So tensions flaring in this second period, I can say, as we approach the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, I don't know how thin that ice is out there, but the players are definitely skating on it.
Yeah, that's definitely something to consider, as it's a bit of a mix of just contact, and then you got a couple just players just tripping on the ice. So there's another save from Schneidmiller, and she'll deflect it off her stick and into her glove. 5:05 left in the second. Still 3-0 from Arizona. The only goal in this period was in the first 20 seconds from Sydney Paulson.
I mean, but despite that, ASU has kind of shown control of the puck for much of this period.
So Richardson off the draw. 30 seconds on the 4-on-4. Puck cleared out of the Grand Canyon zone. Sorensen to chase it down. Will pick it up and can't get it through. And the puck just kind of thrown on. Hellman covers it up.
That was a bit dangerous there for ASU. Amelia Smith kind of pinched right down by the blue line, and that allowed GCU to break out like that against the far wall and get that offensive opportunity. Luckily for them, they've got their goaltender, and she made the stop.
Face-off controlled by Grand Canyon, but Arizona State quickly takes that puck away. Odd trying to shake off Grand Canyon, but a great job to keep it in their possession. There's a shot and a save from Hellman.
3 seconds left in the power play, and it's gone.
Yep, penalty time's up. Summer stays on the ice. Cote tries to get it back to her, but Harden keeps in the zone. Harden shoots long, and it's right to the crest of the logo of Hellman. So another save there for Hellman.
Both teams fully stacked once again, 5-on-5.
Yeah, back to full strength. A little bit of a extended period with not a 5-on-5 play, but we're back. Assumedly for the last 4 minutes, 19 seconds. Off the draw, Lacombe shoots, and another great save is made by Hellman. So Grand Canyon getting a couple shots on net here. That's offsides. We will leave the Grand Canyon zone and to the Grand Canyon side of neutral ice. 4:07 left in this second period. Grand Canyon just finding any way to get more opportunities to try and beat Hellman. 4 minutes to go in period 2. Radcliffe finds Bridell now. Messenbrink across the red line. Trying to get it ahead to Maine. But Harden is there for the Grand Canyon defense. Gingrich goes off the boards, trying to get that lead pass to Olsen. Arizona State picks up the puck and takes control. 3.5 to go in period number 2. Loose puck picked up by the Antelopes as they just try to get any sort of offensive momentum to try and get a shot past Hellman, potentially.
A little bit of skirmishes on the boards over here.
Murphy back into the GCU zone. Gets that pass across. It goes off of Arizona State, and it will clear their zone.
GCU
Chadwick
launching the puck.
It's poked away. Boucher can't enter the zone as that would be offsides. So now it back down into their own defensive zone. Toombs back out on the ice.
Ooh,
Great
shut down.
play, but a centering pass just out of the reach of number 19, El McKenna. Arizona State trying to see if they can extend their lead and put this one out of reach.
Getting lost in the skates there.
Cote now for Grand Canyon gets tripped up, and that'll be a penalty to clear as day again as late in the period, Arizona State takes another penalty.
This has been a very exciting period. There's been a lot of really interesting stuff going on. Both teams really wanting this win and this point.
Despite there being only one goal, I agree. This has been a pretty exciting period. Both teams getting some chances, and Grand Canyon really has an opportunity to really have some prolonged time here in the zone, which has been lacking here in this second period. Face-off cleanly won, and here's Cote on the shot, gloved by Hellman on the save there.
Really nice shot there.
So a clean face-off won. Can they get a second one in a row and set up another chance? They will. Sorensen gets a shot, and she scores!
That was a
Excuse
clean
me,
goal.
I correct myself. It wasn't Sorensen. It's Annabelle Cote to get the Antelopes on the board.
Wonderful shot, wonderful shot.
It's a power play goal
That
to
was,
make it 3-1.
GCU really needed that goal. They really needed that goal, and coming out of this second period, it's good to have points on the board.
And so they have proved that they can beat Hellman. That's the first goal on the tournament that Hellman lets up. And so Arizona State trying to rebound and regain their 3-goal lead.
You said her first goal that she led up, and you're right. Her first goal in 97 minutes and 50 seconds of playtime in this tournament.
Well, there you go. You got your exact number. And we have another power play for Grand Canyon. They're going to have a full 2 minutes here at the end of the period. So they score, they take a penalty, score, and then draw a second penalty, and they'll get a full 2 minutes here at the end of the period.
We talked yesterday and today about how Grand Canyon's power play really came through for them yesterday after it was expected to not, and here is Arizona State giving Grand Canyon the opportunity again to get back into this game immediately after they just let up a goal on said power play.
And so the last 2 minutes of this period will be spent on a Grand Canyon power play. And now Mason Walker with a shorthanded opportunity. Walker fires wide of the net. Wow. Summer.
Really great drive, but
trying to leave it off for a teammate, and now does. Cote again. Lacombe from the side has it blocked and cleared out. And now another odd man rush potentially. Schneidmiller, risky play, loses it. But Arizona State can't take control. Here comes McKenna, and she can't get control. Man,
that could have been really bad for GCU right there.
Two shorthanded opportunities there, and there's a shot from Gingrich that goes wide. So Grand Canyon getting plenty of chances here at the end of this period, but Arizona State getting two prime shorthanded chances.
You can see that they're feeling a lot more confident now that they got that goal under their belt.
That goes off the bench and cleared down.
Arizona State's had a very determined penalty kill as we're halfway through it. They've gotten those 2 breaks, sent the puck down clear, and have defended pretty much every chance in their own zone.
And now they're going to have to defend another one from Smith. Schneidmiller keeps it away and is able to just cover it up. 44 seconds remain on the power play, and 44 seconds remain in the period. So an offensive zone draw for Arizona State, shorthanded. This season, Arizona State has 3 shorthanded goals, but they've been shorthanded quite a bit. Over 100 penalties taken this year overall, but they've been doing great on their penalty kill, and they've done a great job today. They did let up that 1 power play goal, but here come the Antelopes. Richardson drops it off for Boucher. Now across to Gingrich, shoots, doesn't quite make a way to Hellman. Under 20 seconds left. Richardson, cross ice pass to Klassen. Back to Boucher, 10 seconds, they try to throw it on. Sticked away by Hellman. 5 seconds left, they gotta get a shot off. Richardson can't shoot, and that's the end of the period.
That will close us out for this second period.
Both teams get 1 goal here in this second period on opposite ends of the frame. And well, it's still a 2-goal game going to the third. It's looking to be a very entertaining third period considering that Grand Canyon got that goal late here in the second as they try to make a comeback once again.
I agree. It kind of looks like they're getting their momentum now. They definitely have a little bit more confidence now on the ice. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that coming into the third period. I mean, I'm not going to say that they are going to want to get complacent, obviously. They're still down 2 goals. They have a lot of ground to make up, but it's looking like they're getting their footing back.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, considering that these teams are very familiar with each other, I think that probably plays into a bit of an effect on how this game has gone so far because it's been a very physical second period. There were probably a lot of penalties that could have been called. There were already plenty of penalties called in that second period, but there probably could have been even more considering how some of the fans were reacting.
Oh, yeah.
Both teams.
A lot of passion on and off of the ice.
Yeah, both fans on both sides really were vouching for penalties, and simply the refs were not only letting the girls play, but they were still calling plenty of penalties here in this second period. It felt like we spent the entire second period, or the entire back half of that period, not at 5-5, 5-on-5. Like, seemed like there was 4-on-4, 4-on-3, power plays left and right. And so it's really gonna be really interesting to see if they keep that, if that type of play continues going into the third.
It was a very interesting second period for sure.
And so, well, I think that'll do it for us here at the C-Rex Arena for period number 2. We'll be back in about 14 minutes. You've been watching ScoBuff Sports. We'll be back. Welcome back, everyone, to the CU Rec Center here for coverage of the WWCHL tournament here on ScoBuff Sports. My name is Alex Roberts. Beside me, Aiden Young-Sagudis and Aiden Glockner. And we're excited for the third period between Arizona State and Grand Canyon.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting conclusion to this game because it's really been an exciting game to watch. Last period was an interesting one, to say the least. A lot of passions flaring on the ice and off the ice. Very excited and passionate crowd that has accrued here. People coming all the way from Arizona to cheer on their team, and they want to see who's going to take home the golds, per se.
Yeah, they want to see that. GCU is going to be pressing very hard here. They're down 3 goals. They are down 3 goals. 20 minutes remaining for them to turn this around. They came back from down 2 last night, tied it up at 4-4, and then proceeded to go on to win 6-4 last night against the Utah Utes. Let's see if they can do the same thing here, tie it up at 3-3, and then go on to a win. ASU is still going to be playing with that quick style, that offensive mind, but they're going to be trying to shut down plays a lot more, stuff them up in the neutral zone, and hem GCU as far away from their own net as they can, and try to preserve this 3-1 lead to win the game.
So here's what's at stake. The winner of this game will go to the championship game. That is set in stone since both these teams won yesterday. The loser is going to really only be watching that CSU-Utah game because the winner of that game has a shot to take out GCU or ASU depending on who loses this game. The winner of Colorado State and Utah will have a chance to get into the tournament. The big telling is going to be goals against. That is the big key tiebreaker that we're going to have to be paying attention here as the night progresses. And so we're off for period number 3 between Grand Canyon and Arizona State. Grand Canyon down 2 goals to try, and they're looking to tie this one up.
GCU in control of the puck right now in the ASU territory. ASU reclaiming it. That is a stick down.
And yeah, there's a stick loose. Looks like we've got a new one. Here's Boucher making some nice moves. Can't make it away. Now the shot goes wide. It's going to be cleared around the boards and out of the zone. Puck goes off of Boucher as she gets into the bench. So some fresh ice. It could be a little slippery here. So got to be careful. Radcliffe for the Sun Devils. Passing along, it goes off the stick, or the skate of Walker. Kozak across the blue line. No, now it is across the blue line. It is. So Kozak still has possession after doing a little bit of dance. A little dance there. Schneidmiller makes a rebound wide from Walker. Gingrich gets that pass intercepted. So Grand Canyon just trying to clear it out of their zone right now. But overwhelmed as the puck gets a little bit loose and it's just lobbed out. Glove down by Lackey. And right off the ice is Klassen, and she turns it over. Craig in. Save made by Schneidmiller. That's a huge one.
ASU was really looking to take advantage of that turnover time.
So it's a little bit deliberation. ASU will get some fresh skaters. And
we're going to face off in GCU territory.
They get that loose stick off the ice now. Back to the ASU bench. Face-off controlled by Grand Canyon, and Sorensen will be able to clear it. Sorensen chasing the puck down, but Lutch will get there first. Grand Canyon keeping it in the zone. It's lost to Pladsen, or to Craig. Lackey into the Grand Canyon zone, just fires on Schneidmiller and has to cover it up, as she can't just glove it and get it to a teammate. A little over 2 minutes gone in this third period. It's 3-1, Grand Canyon down 2, looking for a goal and then the equalizer.
And ASU
Platson.
has possession.
It's off of Grand Canyon, and they will try and clear it, and they will. Reversing course is Murphy. Gets around Green, and Murphy couldn't put it home. Murphy gets tripped, no call. Now there is the call. So it looks like Arizona State will go to the power play. Not what you wanted, not the situation you want to be in if you're Grand Canyon right now.
Absolutely not. Down 2 points and down a play.
So Boucher, their top scoring defender, is going to the box. Face off, fighting for control, and now Arizona State grabs it. Cote makes a nice move around Smith, but Arizona State pressures and will be able to keep things in. Odd will not be able to keep it in the zone, and it's cleared out.
GCU fighting for the puck right now.
They're not going to be able to get it as Walker is swarmed out. Arteaga runs into the boards. So now this puck back into the GCU zone. And it will be cleared away by Summer. Messenbrink hangs onto it, gets across the blue line, loses control to Cote. Cote trying to shake off Murphy, but Murphy will be able to get it away. Puck floats in the air and falls down in the Arizona State zone as they have less than a minute to try and capitalize on this power play opportunity. Another dump from Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon's doing a good job getting the puck down the ice, but they just don't have control of it.
And while they're wasting time on this power play for Arizona State, they just have 30 seconds left to try and capitalize. And now it's shaken loose. Lacombe has possession. Works her way around the Arizona State net, trying to find a passing lane. Gets it down behind the net, and Richardson will be able to retrieve it. 15 seconds left. Harden instead takes possession. And now works her way around the corner before it's knocked loose. With under 10 seconds left on the power play, Grand Canyon with possession in the Arizona State zone for the last about a minute. Klassen shoots, and the save is made by Hellman as they kill the penalty. Grand Canyon finally able to get 10 shots on net here, as Arizona State closing in on 25. That one's sent down, and Odd will have to chase it down. Gets ahead and out of the zone. Grand Canyon
Launches it back.
Yeah, they're getting it down in their offensive zone, but they're not able to really take possession.
And we are going to be
Chasing
running
it down,
back into
Steinmiller
GCU.
will play it away. And Niemi taken down.
A little bit of a tumble on the ice.
Yeah, Niemi's still down on the ice, slow to get up. They're back up though. 14 and a half left in the game. Arizona State will regroup. Dora Venice sends it down. Dora Venice again, chasing the puck down. Ely's down there for Grand Canyon, but Dora Venice knocks it loose. Grand Canyon takes control again. Cote stretch past the Summer off her skate and will go all the way down. Radcliffe, send it across.
ASU cleared that very nicely.
Main to Brydell. Brydell goes wide of the net. So a little over 6 minutes gone in period number 3. Grand Canyon still trailing by 2. Puck fought for by the boards. Lutch trying to get a centering pass, and Grand Canyon gets the pass ahead. So Arteaga trying to apply some pressure as Grand Canyon conducts a change. Murphy, slap shot from the point, goes wide. Missed Schneidmiller's glove, but it just missed wide. Paulson still looking for the hat trick.
That was a fierce shot on goal.
Yeah, that one had some serious speed on it. Wraparound attempt, the puck is loose there. There's a call. Net comes off. And so just about 7 minutes gone in this third period. Still 3-1. Arizona State maintaining control of this game.
It's the battle of the Arizonas right now. And who's going to come out on top? Antelopes or the Sun Devils?
Only one way to find out. 13 minutes left to decide it. Maybe a little bit more if Grand Canyon's able to tie it and we go to overtime, but who knows if that's going to happen. That would be exciting, but you know, the crowds would be, this would be the perfect crowd for such a game. Lacombe for Grand Canyon, just to shoot it on, and Hellman deflects it away. Lacombe again, the puck squirts free outside the crease. Grand Canyon on the turnover. Richardson takes over, sends it down low. Lacombe picks it up. Here's Klassen to pick it up, sends it back up top. Toombs, fans on the shot, and Arizona State will take over. Paulson just dumps it down and heads to the bench. So Richardson, in neutralized play, sends it back for her teammates. Toombs ahead for Summer, nearly intercepted, but here's Summer across the blue line. Tries to throw it on, and Hellman just, that shot goes off a stick and right into the breadbasket.
Charging down the ice, but it was just 3-on-1. Not much that you can do with that. Still a good shot on goal, though.
So Grand Canyon's got 12:06 left to put 2 behind Hellman to try and tie this game. Grand Canyon able to get control off the face-off. Not really clean control, but they're able to get some control as Dora Venice has the puck shaken loose. Arteaga tried to find a pass, and Harden can't keep it in the zone. They'll chase it down. Grand Canyon will need to regroup here. As here's a turnover. Radcliffe moves in alone and gets it poked away. Centering pass sticked away by Schneidmiller. Lackey shoved in the boards. And so Chadwick has that one pop up off her stick and into the netting and now into the stands. The lucky fan will get, no, they'll toss that one back to the refs.
A better fan than I would have kept that for myself.
And this is the puck we're gonna use it for the next face-off too. Game puck. You have a game puck opportunity, you give it back and it gets reused once again. So the puck turns from souvenir to game puck. Again.
Funny how that happens.
Funny how that happens. More neutralized play. And Green will send it along for Niemi.
A little bit of back and forth over on the boards over there.
And Arizona State comes away with it. Sorensen lost it. And the puck squibs free. Puck turned over. Here's Niemi. Shoots. And that slow roller on to Hellman.
That's going to be an ASU save.
Yeah, it is. Did not go in the net. Both teams will conduct some line changes here, get some fresh skaters on the ice. 10:37 remains in this game if Grand Canyon cannot tie it.
Yeah, now that we're getting down to the second half of this period, GCU is going to want to really look to make up those 2 goals, or else they're going to start to affect them.
Oh, and a good shot. And Hellman makes another save. And you were saying that they really needed to score quick. They almost really did right there.
Well, and Hellman's actually putting in the work this time. They're really they're putting shots on goal, and they're having to show up.
Puck loose in the corner from the point. Hellman, another save, standing up on that one.
And yesterday, late in the third period, where we're kind of at in the game now, late in the game, Grand Canyon was able to take charge of that game, take over possession, and rack up some shots on goal and score those comeback goals they needed to win. Perhaps they can do something of a similar thing tonight as they've started to get some more regular shots on goal against Arizona State.
Ely keeps it in the zone. Glove down, and Ely picks it up again, and that's going to be a hand pass. So another stoppage, and we'll head outside the Arizona State zone.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate what Aiden said because, yeah, GCU had a hard-fought game yesterday, and this is certainly another one for them, but it's not like we haven't seen them come back from a point deficit like this before.
Yep. And, well, they got some big goals late in the early stages of that second half of the third, which ended up tying the game and gave them the lead, which they didn't give up. So under 10 minutes to go. Grand Canyon needs 2 goals. Puck is turned over in Arizona State. Here they go.
Charging down the ice.
Kozak gets that pass, and Dora Venice was the intended target, looking for that all-elusive 4th goal. That would likely put this game out of reach. Toombs across the red line and across the blue line down into the zone. Fresh skaters on the ice for Grand Canyon. Offsides, it's called. Sorensen was just a little early getting into the zone. 9:22 left in period 3. Time starting to become an issue for the Antelopes. Klassen will go up against Smith in the circle, or in the dot there, really. And it's cleared down into the Grand Canyon zone. Icing is called, so we're going to the Arizona State zone. Bit of a switcheroo there.
Really traversing all over the ice this period. But it's showing it's a more equitable distribution than the second period. Second period, ASU really had control of the puck in the GCU territory for a lot of it, but we're seeing a lot more of an even spread this time around.
And so Klassen and Smith face off once again. This time to the left of Hellman. Sorensen to chase it down behind the net. And now Craig has it for Arizona State. Lackey trying to make a way around. Now Smith pops free. Has Craig with her. Smith will just shoot high over the net. Under 9 minutes left in the game. And there's it. Puck is loose in the boards. Smith has it again. Now puts a shot. Another shot. 2 shots from Smith on Schneidmiller there. Schneidmiller stopped them both. Ariana Harden makes a move and gets down into the Arizona State zone. Lackey trying to reverse ice once again, and Lackey's got some good speed. And Lackey has Brydell. Lackey just shoots in a 6 save from Schneidmiller. Brydell sending pass. Messenbrink has it blocked by Boucher, who has the puck across the blue line. It's Boucher trying to get that lead pass for Lacombe. Puck still loose. Lacombe almost takes control. Closing on 8 minutes left in regulation.
Into the boards.
And some neutralized play with the puck loose on the boards. Stick is lost, but retrieved by Cote. So moving here is Arizona State. It's Cetera. Has 1 goal tonight already. Pass in front. Murphy makes this, try to redirect it into the net, and Schneidmiller covers it up. 7.5 left in regulation. Still 3-1.
A large amount of fans have started gathering outside on the opposite side of the ice. And
that would be the Utah team. The Utes are
they're
here.
Excited about
they're excited
this game too.
And they're getting a potential look at their opponent in the championship game if things go their way tonight. Here's a centering pass, disrupted. But Cetera will pick it up anyways. And another centering pass. Schneidmiller's on it. And it's covered up.
Wow. ASU was fighting that one. They really wanted to get that one in the net, but GCU was just able to fend them off.
Puck just bouncing everywhere. And so Schneidmiller alert and is able to cover up that one. Off the draw, Arizona State controls. Centering pass once again knocked away. Dora Venice finds Radcliffe as they regroup. Grand Canyon trying to rally the troops. Cote the stretch pass to Summer. Goes off her stick, but she's able to dump it down.
And that's going to be an ASU possession.
Pass picked off. Shot on, another save for Hellman. Grand Canyon with a huge turnover that keeps it in their own keeps it in the offensive zone. 6.5 left. And it's lost. That will go to Arizona State. Kozak across the blue line, waits, and it has it poked away.
GCU putting on some good pressure.
You can really see Arizona State trying to get that centering pass to open up that opportunity. Classen across the blue line now for Grand Canyon. Nothing there.
Yeah, they're certainly not looking as in control as they have been for a large portion of the game.
6 minutes left. It's Walker across the line. Now a stick is lost. Boucher, well, that shows why that shot really wasn't as fast as it really could have been, because Mason Walker can shoot the puck and shoot it fast. So Schneidmiller makes a pretty routine stop there on Walker. A little under 6 to go in the game. Face-off won by Arizona State. Grand Canyon picks it up. Here's Richardson across the blue line. Got Bella Combe. Richardson shaking off the puck. Arizona State player in the net. The net is off. The net is off. They still haven't blown the whistle and blown the play dead. Arizona State bench is livid. They really want a stoppage, but there is no stoppage because the net is loose. Hellman's able to get it back on, so we play on. But a lot of the fans and the Arizona State bench really upset after refs didn't really call that one off. Ref is able to get over there and try to put it back on, and it looks like she did. So 5 minutes left, and
the refs are really
now we get a whistle.
The refs are really just looking to see this game play out. They don't really want to stop. They're as mesmerized as we are.
So 5 minutes left, but yeah.
And we're going to regroup over on the GCU side.
Five minutes left in regulation. Grand Canyon still down 2 goals. And so, I was talking with Jared between the second and the third period, and he mentioned, do they pull Schneidmiller? You'd think yes, because you want to win the game. But because the first tiebreaker outside of head-to-head is, well, it's goals against. So you want to make sure that you don't let up as many goals, because that would you let up an empty net goal if you pull Schneidmiller and don't score. It could really be the difference between you making the championship game and missing the championship game.
Well, but they're going to have to make those hard decisions soon, because they are running out of time. We are only 4 minutes and 20 seconds
They're running
left.
out of time. Satera across the blue line, gets it knocked loose. I'll go behind the net. So here go the Antelopes. Harden across her own blue line. Try to get it into the Arizona State zone. The Sun Devils will be able to clear it out. Off of Satera's stick and over to Harden. Here goes Sorensen across the blue line, makes a move and gets it poked loose. Under 4 to go. Arizona State trying to clear the zone. Grand Canyon doing a good job to keep it in for a moment. Arizona State to clear and head back down into the Grand Canyon zone. But that was iced, so we're actually going to the Arizona State zone, which is probably really good for Grand Canyon.
Yeah, we're down 2 goals here if you're Grand Canyon, and with that, we have 3 minutes, 23 seconds left. I would expect that should they have the right possession and right time of possession, GCU pulls their goalie probably about a minute, minute and a half.
Well, we'll have to figure out, and we'll have to find out. Closing in on the 3-minute mark. Walker makes a move, and Schneidmiller makes the save. Turnover, Smith, another save by Schneidmiller. So Schneidmiller with 2 big saves here down the stretch to give her team a chance.
GCU is really turning up the heat for this last period, and I mean, they need to.
Smith sends it down. Behind Schneidmiller it goes. Craig's going to pick it up. Tries that centering pass. Schneidmiller covers, and with 2:33 left, a defensive zone draw for the Grand Canyon Antelopes coming up. Arizona State currently doubling Grand Canyon on the shot counter. Shots currently 30-15.
I feel like a good portion of those came from the second period when they just kind of dominated the puck.
I bet you're right. And so they get control off the faceoff.
But I think GCU's really been coming back on this period. They've really been putting up a big fight, and getting the puck down the ice.
There's a shot high over the glove of Schneidmiller. Bridell sends it back for Radcliffe. Bridell runs into Cote, but Arizona State has reinforcements. Puck pops free, and more fighting in the boards ensue. 2 minutes left. Eyes should now start to kind of look at Schneidmiller if Grand Canyon gets some time in their offensive zone. Artiaga will exit. Maybe a trip, and this could be big.
Tumble on the ice.
Tumble on the ice. It looks like a penalty, and it looks like Grand Canyon will have a power play. That's the first penalty of the period.
Yeah, it's been a relatively clean period, at least compared to last one.
And this comes at a huge point in this game. Under 2 minutes to go, down 2 points. And so now you maybe think Grand Canyon will get an advantage, as Grand Canyon does also take a timeout, which I would say is probably the right time to use that timeout. And so
be interesting to see if they come back out on the ice with Schneidmiller.
Yes, I'm very intrigued to see if they decide they want to try and go 2 up, or if they want to just play it safe and take the 1-player advantage.
It's a tough call to make, but somebody's got to make it.
Well, I'm glad that's not me.
I was going to say, that's certainly not going to be me.
That's certainly not going to be me. I don't know what I would do in this situation. And, well, you know, I guess that's good in my position because because not only are you thinking about winning the game, it's all about goals against, too, as that's the big tiebreaker that could take Grand Canyon out if they let up a goal here.
Yeah, but they're down by 2 goals, and, I mean, goalies don't score goals.
Exactly, and that's what makes it so tough. Do you risk it to go 2 players up or not? They will not risk that. Schneidmiller goes back to the net, and if nothing happens, Grand Canyon will end this game on a power play trying to get 1 or 2 goals to tie. Puck picked off by Walker, off the draw.
Breakaway, 2 minutes left in the game.
And is hit down to the ice by Cote. So time running thin for the Antelopes already. 1.5 minutes left in regulation.
Looks like that kind of frazzled their momentum that they got from that timeout.
Probably did, as Summer's still scrambling to get out of her own zone. Slap shot, Schneidmiller has to play away. Both Utah and Colorado State looking on for about the final minute here as Grand Canyon, can they tie it up? Or will Arizona State punch their ticket to the WWCHL championship game for the 3rd straight year?
And we are under a minute left to go. Time is running out. The clock is running. Antelopes need to score in these last 49 seconds.
And well, the first thing they need to do is get it out of their own zone, which they've struggled to do so since the power play started. Another turnover. 35 seconds left in the game.
And they clear it, but they do not have possession of it.
Sent back down, stick down by Harden, and they'll touch it. It was a high stick from Harden. And so with 23 seconds left, reality looking to settle in for Grand Canyon.
23 seconds left in the game. Can not only GCU, I mean, they have to win this faceoff, they have to get it down the ice, and then they have to get it into the net.
A near impossible task. Faceoff controlled by Grand Canyon. Lacombe missed that stretch pass. Arteaga across the blue line with about 10 seconds left. That shot deflects off a stick. Goes behind the net under 10 seconds. Pushed in the boards. Grand Canyon trying to get one final opportunity, and they've run out of time.
And that's going to be the end of the game.
The Arizona State Sun Devils have punched their ticket to the WWCHL championship game tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Well, but GCU isn't necessarily out of this. Correct?
No, that doesn't mean GCU is out, but the fact that ASU now has won both of their qualifying games guarantees a spot in the championship game.
Well, they were working hard for it, and that hard work paid off. We saw some really great shows from top scorers, and I mean, that first half, or that first period kind of killed them. I mean, they put up 2 points on the board, and GCU just couldn't come back from that.
And so both teams will be looking on intently to the game that will come up in about an hour and a half. Utah and Colorado State. Grand Canyon will be looking on more intently than Arizona State, as all they will be watching for is just to see who their opponent will be. But Grand Canyon will be looking to see if they can survive and get to the championship game and get a rematch with these Sun Devils.
Yeah, and as you said, I mean, they've played the Sun Devils. This was, what, their 5th time?
This is their 6th time this season. They played 5 regular season games.
Yeah, this is their 6th time. So they're well familiar, and most of the time the Sun Devils come out on top, and that was just the case again, once again. It's got to be tough. But if they got to rematch them, celebrating with the crowds, with the fans right now.
The Arizona State fans in attendance cheering on their girls as they have advanced to the championship game tomorrow. We will figure out who their opponent is after the matchup coming up in about an hour and a half. Utah and Colorado State is next on the docket here on Scope of Sports.
2nd year in a row, correct? ASU was in the championship last year, but
I
they
believe
fell.
it was the 3rd year in a row.
Well, maybe they'll actually clinch it this year. See,
Yeah,
it's not
maybe
in the
this
bracket,
third
so.
time's the charm, you'd think. And so we'll take a little bit of a break here at Scope of Sports to get you guys prepared and ready for Game 2 today between Utah and Colorado State. That will start at 7 p.m. The final score here, Arizona State 3, Grand Canyon 1. No goals in that final period as Grand Canyon tried to do anything to try and tie the game.
I thought Grand Canyon did a good job, though. You know, they were doing their best to try to come back like they did yesterday. They kept up the momentum that they had. They just ran into a very good ASU team, and you know they did their best. But sometimes, you know, that's not enough. You just run into a much better team, and that's what happened to them. And now, like you've said, now they've got to depend on the next game, Utah, Colorado State, to see if they're able to advance themselves.
And so Grand Canyon will look on intently to see if Utah lights up the scoreboard or see if Colorado State can pull away with enough goals to try and push Grand Canyon through to the championship game. That's going to do it for us here at Scope of Sports. aside me both, I've been surrounded by Aidens all night long. Aside
Story
from
of
me,
my
Aiden
life.
Youngstagudis and Aiden Glockner. My name's been Alex Roberts. Thank you so much for tuning in to this broadcast here on
It's been great
Scrub
to be
Sports.
here, Alex. Thanks for having me.
You heard it here. You heard it here. You heard it here. You heard it here.
That's easy for you to
first,
say.
folks. We'll see you guys in a bit.